Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for coming on this beautiful evening to the Bishop. And it's so lovely to have some new faces here this evening. And welcome to Jonathan and Becky. They were here just having a drink, and they decided to stay because they're into health and wellness, and they just wanted to hear what we had to say tonight. My name is Lisa. I am a health transformation coach. I'm going to introduce you tonight to something that has completely changed my life, and I am helping others change their lives as well. Many years ago, I was introduced to some products that changed my health. Back then, this is about 10 years ago, back then I was looking just to improve my health, nothing else. I didn't know there was a business, I didn't want to start a business, I just wanted to feel well. I started using some amazing supplementation that this lovely lady, Stephanie Sullivan, introduced me to. And within a short while, my health was getting better. The reason I started using them is because I had hormonal problems, like all of us women, we all get it. And I told Steph about my hormonal problems, and she told me her story, which she's going to tell you later. And we decided that I'd give it a go instead of going to try something chemical straight away. So I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't think it was going to do anything, but it made me feel better. Now, Steph didn't know anything about me at that time. I grew up in Devon, and in my late 20s I was very ill. That illness left me with having to use medication every day. It took me about 2 years to recover from my illness, and after that 2 years I decided I needed to move away and start a new life where nobody knew me as the ill person. So I moved to Surrey and started that new life. I didn't tell anybody my history. So Steph didn't know what I'd been through. But with my medication, I was suffering with severe side effects. But as time went on, with using the supplementation, not only did my hormones go back into balance, I felt better, the side effects from my medication disappeared. Something that I was told I would have to live with for the rest of my life. So I hope you're going to get some value from this tonight. I'm hoping to touch somebody's heart in this room tonight. The company that I partner with is called Mannatech. That's who I recommend. I recommend the supplements from Mannatech. But to start in a business like this, which is network marketing, we all start for different reasons. For me, it was purely financial in the beginning. I started this business 3 years ago because my husband and I went through the economic crash and it affected us badly. And we looked at our financial future. I didn't have a pension and it didn't look very good. And I thought, I want to do something to help secure my future and my husband's future. So that was why I started. But as time has gone on, it's changed. My reasons have changed. The money has taken care of itself, and now I'm able to give back, have more time with my family, and have more freedom. So this is what we can do with network marketing. But it depends on what passions you have and what drives you. I know that there are so many people that lay awake at night worrying about two very important things, which is health and wealth. And with this business we have the answer to both. But what inspires you? There's a few things on this list here that inspire me. One of the biggest ones on here is personal development. When I started my own health business, I didn't know anything about personal development, but it was advised for me to start reading and start listening and start learning from people that are successful in the area I wanted to be successful in. So I threw myself into it, and it completely changed my life. But I don't know which ones of these inspire anyone in this room, but hopefully it's going to be some of them. We have a global market opportunity, and these are the sectors that we are in: nutrition and integrative health, skincare, sports performance. We have some professional athletes using our products to help them with recovery, to help them with their performing better, and also to help them with their mental focus. But the biggest one for us at the moment is weight management. This is worth £401 billion, and we have just had, in March, we had launched here in the UK a new weight management system called True Health. And my husband had been using it for a year before. He got it from the States while we were there, when it was launched in the United States, and he brought it back. It comes in 30-day system, and I started seeing my husband within 2 weeks turn into a different looking person. He was always big. He was a very big guy for many years. His doctor kept telling him he was obese. He didn't believe him, and he was nearly 90 kilos when he started. Within 3 months, quote me if I'm wrong, babe, 3 months you went down to 60 something kilo, yeah? 62 kilos. And he got so much energy and he was strong, but he didn't exercise in the beginning. He just started walking our dogs a couple of hours a day, and then he got more strength and he decided he wanted to cycle. So he ended up 3 months later doing a 100-mile Prudential ride race around London, and he turned himself into an athlete, and I'm very proud to see him as he's looking now. But why the nutrition part, why do we need to supplement? We do have a global problem now with our food industry. Our farming has changed completely in the last 50 years, with all the pesticides in the air, the way the soil is looked after. There's not enough nutrients in the soil, not as much as there was 50 years ago. So it's really, really declined in the nutrient value. Also fast foods, we're all really, really busy people. People just want to grab food when they get home from work, or they want to heat it up. And this is another reason why we need to add good nutrition to our diets. But also I help people with food planning. That's part of my health transformational part. I help them prep their food, show them how to prep food, give them lists of good food to eat, and you know, there are ways of not going to a takeaway or getting a microwave meal. You can eat much more healthy than that. And then we have reinvented nutrition. So the pharmaceutical companies, or not the pharmaceutical companies, supplementation companies jumped on, realizing that there was a need for supplementation. But what happens with supplementation is, it's 90% of all supplements are synthetic, that you buy over the counter. They are bulked up with oil and coal tar, ground up, crushed up rocks, limestone, and iron filings. If you see a cereal packet with fortified with iron on, or a baby, this is what really, I can't believe they put it on baby food, fortified with iron. If you emptied that product into a plastic bag and added water, crushed it up a little bit, sealed it, and put a good magnet over the top, I've actually seen this being done. You can actually see all the iron filings following the magnet. So our bodies do not know what to do with these products. So we just get rid of them. It gets rid of them. Our bodies don't know how to utilize these products, but it's allowed to be done because they're all natural. They're all natural products. So we have a choice. We can either buy our supplements from a chemical plant, or we can get real food sourced supplementation, which is what Mannatech do. And this one here is it's the Indian mustard plant, and it's grown hydroponically Hydroponically means it's grown in a fluid, water that is full of nutrients. It's protected from the environment, so it's better than organic. And this Indian mustard plant is known for its absorption properties, so it will suck all those nutrients up from that fluid, and it will go, those nutrients will go to every part of that plant, and that plant is then freeze dried and put into some of our products. This one being one of them, Futurebearer. This is cutting edge science in the supplementation world. It is a multivitamin powder. It's made of 4 components. The first one being a real food base. In this real food base there is freeze-dried fruit and vegetables. There is something called rice bran, which is the outer cusp of the rice, which normally gets thrown away or fed to pigs, but it's the most nutrient-rich part of the rice. I highly advise anyone to go and Google rice bran to see what great nutrients there are and how good it is for us. Also, there's a new group of nutrients called glyconutrients that have been discovered in the last 20 years, and Mannatech as a company have pioneered these nutrients. They discovered them, they patented them, nobody else can have them, but they're a group of essential nutrients that we need in our diets on a daily basis. At the moment we can only get 2. Mannatech have found a way of finding them in nature around the world and putting them into one pot. I'm going to be talking a little bit more about that a bit later. We have fat and water soluble antioxidants and essential vitamins and minerals from real food, all in this little pot. And I know when I changed over to this was 6 years in the making. I can't remember how long we've had it, about 4 years now. When I changed over from what I was already using, that had changed my life, to this, my energy levels just went through the roof. It is such an amazing product. This is the missing link in nutrition. This is the glyconutrients that I was just talking about. The science name for glyconutrients is glycans. It's in all doctors' journals, which is the Harper's Biochemistry book, which they have in their, they all have them in their desk. And these are the sugars, 8 of them. As I said, we can get 2 in our food chain today, but we can't get all of them. And if our bodies don't have these sugars, nature sugars, good for you sugars, in our bodies, then our cells can't communicate. So if a cell needs something, if it's asking for something like it's asking to be repaired or destroyed or fed, the immune cell, without these sugars on, the immune cell can't see what the cell needs, so it will just destroy the whole cell, and that's when we have an autoimmune problem happening. This is the flagship product, the product that I told you about, where Mannatech have gone around the world, found in nature all of these 8 glyconutrients and put them into one pot. And there has been many trials done, human clinical trials, and all of this is scientifically proven. So it improves memory, immune function, mood, and who knows anyone that I know a lot of people that need their mood or irritability disappearing. But you might say, why Mannatech? Mannatech are the world leaders in real food nutrition. They have done multiple clinical studies, human trials, and the studies are published on PubMed, or they're on our award-winning website. I can give out the address later. And they have over 100 patents on their products, their technology. A little bit about Mannatech. They were founded in 1994. They're in 26 countries at the moment. They have over 100 patents in global markets. They're on the American stock market, listed on the NASDAQ as MTEX. This is really exciting because Des is in the financial world, and I know some of you others are here tonight. We often send our friends in the city to look at what Mannatech are doing on the stock market, and the trends are great. It's an open company. You can even go and see what the CEO is earning if you really wish to do that. We also give back. This is what gets me out of bed every single morning. We feed children with our nutrition. I don't know if any of you have heard of Tom's Shoes. Tom's Shoes was developed by a student who was traveling around Asia and Africa, and he saw children on the streets with no shoes, and he asked one of the ladies who was running one of the orphanages he visited, why are these children not going to school? Why are they on the streets? And she said, because they don't have any shoes. So he borrowed $1,000 off his mum, and he started a company called Tom's Shoes, where anybody buying one pair of Tom's Shoes, one pair of shoes gets donated to a children in need so they can go to school. And this is what we do with our products. Anybody buying one pot of our product is feeding one child for 1 month who's suffering of malnutrition somewhere in the world. The company's vision is to eradicate malnutrition in children under 5. So we're all doing really good. This is a picture of one of the orphans that was given our nutrition. She was 10 years old in this picture, and she was malnourished and ill. She started using the nutrition. It's called Phytoblend. It's especially for children. And within a year, she was back at school. She was healthy, and this is when she's 12 years old, looking really healthy and happy. And the children send out little cards saying thank you to our office in Dallas, to Mannatech. But the wellness industry is it's a $1 trillion industry. It's one of the world's mega trends at the moment. And we have an aging population. We have people that are living longer, and they don't want to grow old gracefully. They want to be running around and feel healthy and look great. And also the aging population, they want money. They want to earn money as well. So natural supplements versus pharmaceuticals. Some people, all they need to do is add good nutrition to their bodies, but they don't realise that's all they need to do. They think that they're ill. Pharmaceuticals really do have a place in the world. It saves lives. I use pharmaceuticals, but I use my good nutrition with my pharmaceuticals, and it works amazing. And the NHS is really struggling. We all know this. You know, obesity, diabetes is a massive thing. So by eating properly and feeding our bodies, we can live a much healthier life. So this is the true health. This is one of the biggest growing sectors in the world, and we have just in March had our True Health weight loss system launched. This is taking over the world of weight loss. The results that we are seeing are just unbelievable. I have had one guy recently who started in March. He's lost 5 stone in weight already. My auntie, who's tried to lose weight all of her life, has lost 2 stone. And this is a system that you can use for life. It's not something that you use and stop and put all the weight back on again. It's a lifestyle. So once you've lost the weight, you move on to a maintenance program. We don't use the weight measurement from BMI, body mass index. We use something called body composition index, which is where you lose unhealthy body fat, but you retain your muscle and you retain your bone and you stay hydrated. Most other companies, most of them are your body loses the body fat and then it goes into starvation mode and it starts eating your muscles because it's protein, and it's really, really unhealthy to lose weight that way. But this is an example of BMI. These 2 people, these 2 guys, I would say, One is a really healthy bodybuilder, one is a couch potato. They're both the same weight, they're both the same height, but they're both clinically obese. And you can see that this guy is not obese, he's a fit guy. But the thing is, muscle weighs just as heavy as fat. So that's why the BMI is not a great measurement anymore. So we advise our clients to use a tape measure and measure it that way. It's a really, really simple system. We've got some of the products here. We cleanse at a cellular level. By cleansing, we remove fat storing toxins. We activate with a capsule, which is all from plants. It's a thermogenic capsule, so it heats us up very, very gently. Some people notice it, some people don't. The only reason we get heated up is because in the capsule there is a Dallas chili pepper, which is really, really hot if you eat it raw, apparently. And then we nourish our body with the True Health, the True Plenish. This is also a protein powder, a vegan-friendly protein powder. I use this every day for my breakfast. I train a lot in the gym. I don't want to lose weight. I want to retain my muscle. I want to even build a bit more muscle. So there's 20 grams per serving of protein in this powder. So anyone that's active in this room can use this as well as anyone that wants to lose weight. And not only is it just protein from pea and chai, it also has amazing other nutrients in that make you feel so good. Here's just some before and after pictures of, this is one of our girls from head office. She was getting married and she wanted to lose her muffin top. Us women tend to get that muffin top. And in 30 days she lost her muffin top. So it's quite a simple program. And this is the man. This is the man who was 90 kilos nearly, who turned himself into an athlete. And he's my husband. And he's going to come up now and give you his testimonial.